Hey, what is up, YouTube? This is 1316 Gamer. Just wanted to prove that I don't know, some people have probably seen these survival life shit on you know on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And I know I signed up for the thing, it's like a little newsletter, and they give you like some offers and stuff. And one of them was this little knife, which isn't actually that little. It weighs close to a pound. It's pretty heavy. It's got a little pocket clip that's probably aluminum. Not the sturdiest, but it's not the worst. But no one is gonna EDC this knife ever. It is that big and just heavy. It is a spring assist. Pretty quick too. I mean, that is the quickest spring assist that I have probably. I've only got a couple of them. It's a decent size. I mean, I've got small hands compared to at least some people, and this thing is. So I mean, I don't know if they're small, maybe average, but they're not big enough to really contain this whole knife, which would be good in like certain situations to have like a bigger knife. I don't know. This is probably gonna be like something that I'm gonna keep in like in the glove box of my car for whatever reasons. Beyond that, I'm not gonna really be carrying it. I only paid the shipping for it. They say it's like a $40 knife. I doubt that. It's it's 440 stainless, as you can see right there. 440 stainless. It says Hoffman Richter on there. This is on that side too. The thumb studs are pretty good. I mean, the only problem is, look at that. That's this right there. That's about when it engages. Right there. So, that engages really early, which would be bad if you had that in your pocket. You could just bump something and boom, it goes off. It is a tip down carry. Probably would have preferred it to be tip up, just based on the fact that it is, kind of dangerous like that. I'd rather have it slice my leg than stab me in the stomach. Because if you're carrying this in your pocket and you fall down like a hill or you trip or whatever, this thing's gonna come out and that's gonna get you right there, or in your man parts. So, probably not. I don't know. Probably worth just about the shipping that I paid. Which, if you find it online anywhere, it's probably going to be some giant amount for the shipping and for whatever you pay for the knife. So if you ever see it, I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I think it's a good design. I mean, the handle is, I don't know, it's smooth, but it's grippy at the same time. I don't know how to describe that, but it's pretty nice. Little lanyard hole, I guess, or something like that. You use it as like a glass breaker, which is probably what I would use it for. Cause I mean, look at that. That's just a nice chunk of steel right there, and the blade is thick. The handle's really thick too. Now, this is my EDC knife that I have for my EDC carry. I'll put up a review of this later, but this is the Kershaw Cryo 2, which I think is like one of the perfect sizes for an EDC knife. It's not super big, you know. I mean, it's a little larger than most, but you know, you can. This thing is sharp as hell and cuts through boxes like a motherfucker. Pardon my French. And this is 3C or MOV13, yeah, which is Chinese steel, but it is sharp steel. And this thing, I've used this quite a bit now, and I have not sharpened this thing once on a box, and this thing holds its edge fantastic. So, and that is some pretty good early lockup right there too. You guys can see, yeah, that's some early lockup, which is really good. Saves the life on your lock. Where this thing is, I think it's maybe 40%, something like that. It's almost, that might even be 50% or over. 40 or 50, probably closer to 50% lockup, which isn't bad. I'm just, you know, this is not like a high quality knife. They're like, oh yeah, it's a $40 knife. Nah. No. Maybe $10, which is close to what I paid for it, for the shipping. So it's not the end of the world, you know. Pay for what you get. I mean, I could see it being a little more, like if someone was trying to sell this to someone, you know, like a flea market or something like that. But it is not the greatest knife. But it's not the worst. I have seen way worse. And the thumb studs, I mean, those are thick thumb studs. I mean, look at the thumb studs on this. And that's like maybe half these, you know, roughly. So, I mean, these thumb studs are actually useful, whereas these ones not so much. I mean, it's purely flipper or you grab the spine. So this is what you get from that survival life stuff, which honestly they just pretty much tell you the same stuff that you may or may not already know. If you don't know anything about survival stuff, there's some good tips that they can give you, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to buy another knife. I mean, if you're a knife collector, I'd actually say go for it, just because you're not going to have a knife like this. Not this weight, size. I mean, this is just, I mean, it's like, I think Rambo might use this for his pocket knife, because he just doesn't give a damn. But, I mean, it is thick, you know, don't get me wrong, look at how thick that is. This is, you know, this is my favorite design for a knife, like one of my favorite designs for a knife, period. And this thing is one of the best designs. It's like simple, but it's kind of elegant, I guess. Ooh, doing an accurate commercial, simple but elegant. Whereas this has a lot of things going on for it. It's very pretty looking, you know, but that is probably about it, you know. I mean, it's actually pretty sharp. I mean, it's not the sharpest, but it is got a decent edge. The serrations are kind of sharp, but I mean, like this